Bills are 3.5-point favorites at the Dolphins with a nice win in New England last week. Where are you going on this one?
It's tough to say because, like you said, Buffalo was interesting, right? Like they had a very rough game. Josh Allen. The problem with Buffalo is, and this is what scared me coming into the offseason, into the season with Buffalo, was they needed to improve their offensive line. I said this on Sports Live Mats with Arrow a couple months ago, was they didn't really improve their offensive line that much, and their run game kind of concerned me, where now you're keeping it all on the shoulders of Josh Allen, which is okay, it's fine. But the thing of it is that now also the league is figuring you out at some point. You see it. I don't think you want the entire game to be on Josh Allen's arm. That's just my take.
I would agree.
On it. He's so good in the pocket to scramble, and listen, he's one of the better mobile quarterbacks in the league. How, I have no idea, but he is. And it's just a matter of this offensive line needs to get it going and get it stat fast, because if they don't, Buffalo's going to have a lot of issues this year. Now, their defense is very good. Of course, McDermott leading the charge. God, that was a great win by Miami, wasn't it, on Sunday?
That was.
Going in New England to see. I mean, look, did Tua play great? No, and of course, my brother's a huge Dolphins fan, so he's excited about it. But I told my brother, I said, listen, if Deshaun Watson gets through these lawyer stuff and he's available, you get Deshaun Watson. Enough with the Tua thing. I told him that. But it's it's just such a. You're so right. Everything weird happens in Miami all the time, and I'm gonna take Miami in the upset.
Wow, I like it.
I'm gonna keep the point. I'm gonna keep the points. It's gonna be at 3.5, I believe.
3.5.
3.5. So I'll keep the points at 3.5. I'm gonna take Miami to take this one. I just, man, Buffalo's offensive line is just really bad, Ryan. It's not, and their running game is not good.
Non-existent.
It's not good. It's non-existent. And let's all really quick slow down the Pittsburgh hype train. Pittsburgh does this every year.
Totally
they win 6
agree.
games in a row, then they lose 5 in a row, then they win 3 in a row, then they lose 4 in a row. This is what Pittsburgh does every year. Now, they're a classy, great organization. I was surprised that Pittsburgh won that game, but to lose your home opener, I think for Buffalo, it's not the best stand, and Miami's coming off a nice high, big win against the Patriots this past week.
I'm with you. I'm rolling with the Dolphins this one. Weird stuff. Close game. Now, I would probably pick the Bills to win in the end, but to your point, the Dolphins have a good defense. I think they'll confuse Josh Allen. The run game isn't there for Buffalo, so again, it's going to be you're going to be relying on the pass game again when you're only one-dimensional. It's tough to really kind of catch teams off guard like maybe the Bills did last year. So I'm with you. Close game. Bills defense is okay. Is it the best? Absolutely not, but it's pretty good. But still, Tua kind of showed some confidence. Even though it was a low-scoring game, and outside of that one pick he threw, that was just horrendous.
Man, what a game he had in his debut.
He looked comfortable. He looked confident. Yeah. I like Tua kind of bouncing back here, keeping this close. Both of us on the Fins, getting 3.5 points at home. How about the Tennessee Titans? Talk about a total shocker, just getting absolutely floored by the Cardinals last week at home. Now they go on the road to Seattle. That's a tough matchup. They're getting 5 points here. What do you think on this one, Josh? That is.
That's very generous, Ryan.
That is.
I mean, let's be real here. Bud Dupree is still trying to figure out what position he's playing on that defense. I mean,
I'm with you.
I'm just trying to think in my head, has Mike Vrabel lost this team? I mean, is this what we're getting with now? I don't know, because let's be real here. Mike Vrabel came in here to change the defense, and the defense, when he started, it went from really good. Remember when they beat Baltimore, they got to the AFC Championship, and it declined the last couple of years.
Every year.
Trying to figure out what the problem is. I know they tried to Jadeveon Clowney last year. It did not work out at all. It was a miserable experiment. And I don't want to insult your Colts. I don't want to do that. That's not what I'm here for.
Go for it. Come on. Take some shots. Let's do it. Take some shots.
No, listen. Hey, listen. Let me tell you something. When I got so much pushback on Sports Loudmouths when I was doing the show with Errol and Speedy that I said the Colts are winning that division. I thought they were going to win 11 and 12 games. And Errol said, you're crazy. 11 and 12 wins. I said, I believe in Carson Wentz with Frank Reich. I believe that this can get going and get it fixed. That defense is too talented. They have Jonathan Taylor, Wisconsin native.
That's your boy.
John AT right there. So I'm thinking in my head that the Colts are really going to be good. It was just beyond incredible what Russell Wilson did. I mean, you see like favorites, right? Aaron Rodgers and Russell Wilson were having kind of similar off seasons.
Mm-hmm.
We're complaining. We don't want to be here. We want to move on. Our offensive line stink. We have no weapons. Which Seattle has weapons. I don't know. Russ was more complaining about the offensive line, whereas Aaron Rodgers was complaining about the world itself.